Could the Kentucky Wildcats become the first school since Duquesne in 1955 and 56 to produce back-to-back top NBA draft picks? Last year it was Anthony Davis. This year Nerlens Noel is on the board and Seth Davis is with us. And Seth, Nerlens Noel, however, is just one of the centers that you like. Who's in your top five?
First of all, how many college basketball fans will be able to give you that bit of trivia that it was Duquesne with the back-to-back number one picks? That's a long way to go back, but I think the answer is yes. I mean, I do think that Nerlens Noel will be the number one pick in the NBA draft. Obviously, some concerns with that devastating knee injury, but if he's able to pass his physicals, then I think he will in fact be the number one pick in the NBA draft. Although I might personally go with m-baskbl, but what do I know? Aside from that, my second-rated center is Alex Len, 7'1" from the University of Maryland, international player with an international game. Another international player, Gorgui Dieng from Louisville. He will be an elite-level shot blocker and rebounder from the get-go, and I think that his offensive game and basketball IQ is a lot better than most people realize. Cody Zeller had a very good combine from Indiana. There were questions coming in about his wingspan. He answered those. He showed terrific athleticism. I just think he's a solid player. And then finally, Mason Plumlee from Duke came very close to entering the NBA draft after his junior season. After they lost to Lehigh, he decided that he really wasn't ready for the NBA, had more to do with Duke, went back, had a terrific senior year, and he's in very good position, I think, to be a lottery pick.
All right, so let's go back to Nerlens Noel, the top guy on your list in terms of the top five centers. We all know about the knee injury, the surgery that he had. There are concerns there, obviously, but even before that, it seemed to be there some questions about his offensive ability and his post moves. Is that fair, or do you think he'll be able to excel in the NBA?
Well, there's no question that that's the weakest part of his game. I mean, it's hard to envision Nerlens Noel becoming a high-level NBA scorer, 15, 20-point per game guy. But I do think that the concerns with the knee aside, as long as he's healthy, that he will be able to be a very effective shot blocker and rebounder at the beginning. Not a very strong guy, not a very heavy guy, but he's very young. His size and his length and his athleticism, his ability to run the floor, and his repeat jumping ability is really something that's very, very special. And his offensive game was getting better, and that to me was a real shame of his injury, is how much he was really improving, and you could see that improvement coming. Much like Anthony Davis's offensive game was improving. You know, at the start of his freshman year at Kentucky, Ray, Anthony Davis was not a high-level scorer. By the end of the year, he was the number one pick in the draft, and he was a great scorer. So I don't think Noel is as good offensively as Davis, but I think he's got room to get better. I think he's got the talent, the upside, and the work ethic to make it happen.
One player absent from your list, the West Coast Conference Player of the Year, Kelly Olynyk. By no means did he do it all alone, but he was certainly the focal point of getting Gonzaga to the top of the polls. Why is he not on your list?
Well, you know, you could certainly put him 5A with Mason Plumlee. I mean, it's nothing against Olynyk. I think it happens to be a very strong group of centers at a position that has been pretty undervalued at the college level. So it's ironic to have this kind of group. I mean, Kelly Olynyk, took his redshirt season and he got a lot stronger. He developed his inside-outside game. I think he's got a very good chance to be just as good as just about anybody on that list. I mean, he's somebody who has skills, and now he has the physical body, I think, to bang with the big boys in the NBA.
So big picture here at the center position, weak or strong this
I think
year?
It's very strong. You know, again, you can count on one hand right now the pure centers, even at the NBA, pure throw it to the post guys, play through the post guys. But I think everybody that I named is going to be able to make their teams better from that position, both at the defensive end of the floor and on offense.
All right, Seth Davis, thanks very much. Check out more position-by-position previews on Campus Insiders.